I've been thinking about you a lot, praying
Thank
for
you.
you, of course,
Appreciate
watching your journey you've been going through. I can't even imagine like what you have gone through over the past few months. It's a lifetime.
It feels, well, I mean, it's been going on essentially for 3 years because I had the melanoma, but it was on my skin. I had over, like 16 surgeries, I think, and it metastasized into my brain, and I had all of these, ginormous tumors, and now it's in my brain and in my lungs, so just doing the best that I can.
I guess I should just rewind a little bit and just ask you how you're doing today.
I would say today I am doing well. I've learned that it's okay to be like, I'm tired, and listen to my body.
Your husband, Edwin, we know that you all were going through a tough time in your marriage. You were divorcing, and then this happened.
Edwin has been great. I mean, we're still getting a divorce. We're just not, we put hold on it. Like the last thing I need is that stress, and it's just, we're good parents together. We have a lot of laughs, and like I've had to say to him a couple times, like, I don't need you. I'm going through this, and all I need for you is to be my friend. Like, that's all I need.
Could he receive that?
At first it's like, well, I'm just saying, and then it turns into like, the next day we'll be like, I thought about what you said, and it makes a lot of sense. I'm like, I don't think that you understand like the debilitating pain that I feel some days thinking about the fact that like, my kids,
Ooh, okay.
That is extremely frightening. Like, my kids are young. I mean, I remember one day in the hospital, I was like, I feel like today might be Dove's birthday. And Edwin's like, it is. It's her party today that you planned. And I was like, can they please just let me out for today? And he's like, you realize you have not only gone through massive brain surgery, but you have a hole in your head. And I'm like, I do? You just don't really understand. And I just remember in that moment, he said exactly what I needed him to say. He's like, we'll throw another one. But my heart broke because I wonder, will she remember that I wasn't there?
When I was listening to Edwin talk about it, he was talking about when he felt like this first kind of started, when you started telling him you were having these headaches. And he said one of the things that stuck out to him is that he was like, Teddi can take pain. If she's really hurting, it's something more here. Do you remember when that first started happening for you?
They said that I probably had the tumors for 6 months to a year prior. But I mean, I podcast 5-6 times a week, so you're always kind of staring at it. We stare at a screen, so I was like, maybe it's, as I started getting the headaches at first, it was like, maybe it's from looking at the screen. It had gotten to the point I couldn't see. Wow. And there was no way I could drive, it was bad.
Teddi recently finished radiation and is moving on to immunotherapy to battle the stage 4 cancer in her brain and lungs. She continues to inspire others with her 2 T's in a Pod podcast. We know Kyle is one of your best friends, and she has been there every step of the way, it seems, with you. Erica was just here the other day as well.
She is so alive and so present, and she's just really seizing every day, and it's very inspiring.
Almost gave me one of the Erica tears that she got, the one with the one drop.
It makes you emotional here.
Yeah. I think, it's been really great to be able to kind of go back into doing the pod with Erica and Tamara and doing it at my own pace and being able to have these conversations where, they're true friends, and there's a lot of love there.
You said a couple weeks ago, you were talking about you and your dad having a conversation about, where you would be buried.
He goes, I just want to make sure that you're going to be in our group family mausoleum. And I go, do I need to make this commitment right now?
We were totally joking about the conversation. I would say there's definitely been hard conversations, the hardest being if things go wrong, who's going to be the person in charge of making those decisions? And those are things nobody wants to think about, but I do, and the way that I get through it is by laughing.
It's hard for me to imagine John Cougar Mellencamp as the caregiver, but I guess he is.
The fact that he has a little notebook that it's like chicken scratch written, he's like, okay, here we go. But he manages making sure all of the big things are done.
You live a life of health and wellness. You live a life of movement. And I know your body has changed.
Yeah.
Was that a struggle for you?
Yes, it really was. You know, and I hate to admit it because I want to believe that everything about me has changed, and knowing that, like, as long as I'm doing what I can, you know, but there were days, like, I mean, even today was hard. Like, none of my, I call it my soft clothes and my hard clothes, none of my hard clothes fit. You know, like, I'm sitting here with this unzipped, and I'm like, you know, that there's nothing I can do about it. And I know, and this is gonna sound, you know, whatever, but I know I look beautiful. I know, and I'm just trying to get through that phase of understanding. Does this mean I have to buy all new clothes?
Right.
Or is this just passing because I was on steroids for a month? And, or do I just need to walk into every press thing like this and be like, this is just not zipped? There are moments where I was looking at myself where I had the 2 bald spots, I don't fit in my clothes, and I just like looked at myself in the mirror and just cried. And then I had to also go, look what you've overcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Look what you've overcome. Yes, this in a very, you know, superficial way is upsetting to you, but this in a very, like, your life way, it could have gone so much worse for you. You could have not gone in when you had those headaches. Like, your body is strong, and your body is fighting for you, and you have to love your body, and you have to love yourself. And the fact that, yeah, I maybe used to run marathons, and now I go on 5-minute walks, and then I'm like, I'm good. But my body's saving my life. And so I have to give myself a little grace on the other stuff. And without being able to go on a walk or get on my horse or hug my kids, I could be doing nothing.
What do you hope, like, that your followers get from your journey, or maybe people that don't even know you get from this journey, and maybe they can take away or inspire them at all?
I would say there's 2 things. First thing is go in and get checked.
Yeah.
That's a priority, go in and get checked. The second thing is if you have somebody in your life that is going through anything similar to what I'm going through, or going through anything painful, the message to them should be, I love you, I'm here for you, let me know if you need anything, no need to respond. Because something I've found during this is I have felt this extreme guilt of, like, not, if somebody sends me a message like, how you doing, what's going on, that I have to respond, and I'm like, now I'm in all this pressure. But when someone just sends me a message and just says, like, I love you and I'm thinking about you and I'm here for you if you need anything, most of the time I'm not gonna need anything, but it means so much to me.
Thank you for coming in.
Of course.
I am sorry I was such a mess.
No, are you kidding? You can only imagine. Like, I quit wearing eyelashes for a while.